Alright, well I thought some of you guys might like to know what it takes to make a good Argentine asado, which is like a cookout or barbecue. So I'm going to show you guys the steps that you need to follow to make a good asado, a successful asado. The first thing you need to do, step one, is you have to have a place for the asado. You need a place with some room. So we have a big living room here. We haven't put out all the chairs yet because an asado can be really good if you eat outside. And so as tonight is a nice night, we may eat out here. And so we may eat out here. And then you not only need a space, but you also need a grill. And let's go over here to the grill. And this is called the asador. You may not see it in the light very well. But we will be putting the meat here on the grill. So this is step one, and we will take you to step two in just a minute. Okay, we have very low light, so I just wanted to show you the grill. This is the grill where we'll be grilling the meat, and we'll be making the fire here in just a minute. So step one, you need the place, and you need the grill, which is called the asador. Okay, we're on to step number two, and which revolves around the meat. You need to buy good meat and different kinds of meat for a good asado. So I went to the store and got the meat. We have a lot of different cuts here. Some of the cuts are different here in Argentina. We have, first of all, we have ribs. They're not cut long ways. They're cut more of a horizontal cut. This is one rib, a costilla. We have two of those. It's a little bit, the costilla is a little bit higher in fat, but it keeps it juicy and has good flavor. When you're picking the meat, the fat needs to be white and not yellow, and the meat as red as possible, not brown. I mean, if it's brown, it's already getting old. So we have what it looks like to be pretty good meat here. Obviously, you have to depend on what the selection is at the moment at the store. So we've got the ribs, in Spanish, the costilla. This is a colita de cuadril. This is sort of like kind of like a roast beef, I guess, in English. Then we have matambre, which is a sort of like I'm not exactly sure, but it's a thin piece of meat that covers the ribs and the abdominal section. So this is matambre of vaca, of cow. We have this. And we also have matambre de cerdo, matambre of pig. So we have not just meat from the cow, we also have a little bit of pork. And we also have this other cut here, which is, I forgot the name of this, vacío. And this is a cut, I'm not sure if they have in the United States, but this is a cut that's good on the grill. So these are our cuts. We have about 6 kilograms, which is enough to feed 12 people. We calculate about a half a kilogram per person, and so we're estimating 12 people will come, so that's our meat. Okay, I'm here with my friends Martin and Herman, and that is another step for having a good asado, is you need friends to have an asado with. So we have more friends on the way, but Herman and Martin are helping me get the asado ready. And so we're going to have a good asado with friends. You can also have a good asado with family or whatever occasion. Okay, we're now on step 4 of the asado. I'm filming Herman putting salt on the meat. We've already talked about that you need a place for the asado, and you need the meat, and you also need the people with whom you're going to eat the asado with. The next thing you need to do is to put salt on the meat, which will give it good flavor. So Germán is doing that. We use salt that is not thin but a little bit thick salt. And this step, step 4, and the next step will be step 5, is setting the fire. You can either do the fire first and then put salt on the meat. Right now we're doing the salting of the meat first, and then we'll start the fire. So he's taking one piece at a time and making sure that he's got the salt rubbed into the meat. And in Argentina, generally there's not things like barbecue sauce or A1 sauce. We just eat the meat. If it's selected well and is a good cut, it should have good flavor on its own.
Okay. Remember, you have to massage the meat in order to put the salt very well all the places of its cut. Okay?
You got to get it over all the...
Yeah.
Leave no place uncovered.
Yes.
Okay.
Full of salt. The much salt you put, the better it tastes. Okay?
Okay. Alright, we're here on step 5 of how to do a good asado. Which is start the fire. We've got it started. I've got some newspapers, which is good for starting fires. I've got them stuffed in there. And I've got wood and a little bit of charcoal. Here's, in Argentina we use carbon, or if you can find it, natural wood, which gives it a little bit of flavor. And so I'm using a little bit of both tonight. And the next step will be to wait for the coals to be, when the coals are ready, to put the coals and the meat on the grill. So that's step 5. Okay, we're on to the next step here. I lost count of the steps, but Germán here is taking charge of the fire. We've got very good hot coals, and we're spreading out the coals. We're going to keep some of the big pieces of wood burning there, and the rest of the coals we're going to spread out. And we're going to put the meat on the grill so we can start cooking. Okay, we're just about ready to put the meat on. The grill needs to be cleaned from the previous uses, so the grill is now hot, and we're just scraping off some of the residue from the last asado. Okay. Okay. So now we're about ready to put the meat on the grill. We want to be careful not to put the small pieces of meat very close to the fire, or else they will burn very quickly. So we're going to try to put the meat on the grill in the best strategic manner as possible. Filming Germán putting the meat on the grill here. We have the good coals underneath, and we've got the meat going. Got the ribs in the back. Oh, it's already getting a little bit done there.
Yeah.
The thing on the ribs, we do the meat side up, the bone side down. And what else are you going to put on?
You're going to put matambre.
Matambre, we have got the colita de cuadril, and the matambre is a little bit thinner, okay? Yes, that goes good there. That one's...
Matambre center.
And this will be the matambre de cerdo, the matambre of the pig. What else do we have? We have some more. Hasta que se puede doblar, eso me parece también.
Here we are not going to put some meat over here.
Yeah, too hot here, so we're going to just use this side. All right, so we're just about ready for the final step of the asado, which is to enjoy the asado with friends. We have the meat just about ready. Germán, the asador, is going to take the meat off the grill and serve these hungry guys. ¿Tienen hambre? Hey, yes, they're hungry. They're ready to eat. I think they're going to devour the carne, the meat.
Tenemos hambre. We have hunger.
Okay. All right. I want to see you eat a lot of meat. ¿Listo? Okay. Okay, this is an example of another asado done at the house of Sophia's uncle, and here we see that it's about ready. He's taking off the sausages now. That was the morcillo, or a blood sausage, that he just removed, and he'll be cutting this up and putting it into a tray. Normally when the meats are cooked, not all of them are going to be ready all at once, and when the people are eating, they like to have their meat hot right off the grill. So what the asador, the person that does the asado, what he does is he takes the meat off, all the meats that are ready to be eaten. He takes those off and cuts them up and puts them in a tray, and we'll take that tray to the table where the people are eating the asado. So the person doing the asado, the asador, is not at the table all the time. He's constantly cutting up the meats and taking them to the table. This is an example of sausage. We didn't have that on the last asado at my place, but that's a typical cut that is also on the asado that typically is eaten first. That's called a chorizo. This cut is called bocado, and he'll be cutting that up into slices and then put that into the tray, and so that when the tray is passed around the table, people can select which meats they would like to take. Here's another bocado that is also ready. It's a thinner cut, so it was done before the other thicker cuts.